This is The Poet and the Mouse. I killed the shy brown mouse that came to winter in my house. That quiet, natural part of God's plan was set upon by man. I placed the trap upon the floor, waited behind the kitchen door. I buried her in the garden, beneath the leaves and tumbled down. Where was the good in what I had done? And all she wanted was a few stale crumbs. What ails me to want to kill the little creature from the hill? Grey the hour, grey the day, I went and took a life away. Probably one of the oldest as well forms of poems, and there's something about the sonnet that people really like. It's the shape of it, I think. It's the same shape as a painting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very easy to carry around in your head because it's small, and you can have great fun with it. Woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though you will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. I like shape poems. I do poems in the shape of things, like a kite. You can get all the kids out of the desk and standing up and going, there must be a million red kites hanging off the end of the world, all blown away on a windy day. You can do action poems where you have big lists of things, list poems. You get the kids doing all moving. They're fun. Take a letter, take a single letter. That's your favourite letter. I have a poem where nearly every word in the poem is with the letter P. And then I say to the children, what's your favourite letter? So stick up S, C, D, and then just use all the words, Today P is for poetry, yesterday P was for pirates, perilous plungers of pirates and pieces of eight. P is not perfect like you or I. And on you go until it becomes any poem I write is if I write a poem, it's a happy day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I love to read poems. I'd encourage the children to read. I mean, now that I'm old, I like kind of poets that I might have liked when I was younger. But now I love poetry of people like Elizabeth Bishop. She only wrote 70 poems in her life that she published. I love Samuel Beckett. I love Robert Frost, Seamus Heaney, Paula Meehan. There's certain poets that Michael Hartnett that I live with all my life. And Irish poetry is at its heart is storytelling, I think, and I think everybody loves a good story, and even if it's a fantastical story. Stopping by Woods in a Snowy Evening is a great mystery. Why is that poem so popular? And it's where is he going? Where is he coming from? And at the end, he has that miles to go. It's romantic.
Mm-hmm.
The day, the darkest evening of the year. And you say to children, what's the darkest evening? They know winter solstice, 21st of December. It's the imagination that I want to fire up. It's saying to them, what's the best word in the world? And I say, well, I'm a poet, I write. So I know what words, where each word is in the great scale of things. And then if I say something really stupid, like, I did a survey, 5,000 American children, 5,000 Australian, 5,000 Irish, and I come up with the best words in the world. And then what I do is I get those 5 words, 6 words, and I put them in a poem that I do for the children. And then I say to the children, why is this a good poem, in my opinion? And they say, well, in your opinion, it's a good poem because it has the best, even if it's not a great poem, it has the best words in the world. So if you can get what you consider the best words in the world, and then you get your 5 favourite words, write them on a page and put them into a poem. And then even if your poem is useless, it'll be a great poem to you because it has the best words in the world. I mean, ever since I was a small boy, I've liked poetry. And I've written, I think I started writing when I was about 11. I started writing songs, first of all. So my poetry wouldn't have come. I was hopeless at school. That was what was funny. I was hopeless at school. And the only thing I'd be any good at was poetry. I had a very good memory when I was young. And so when the teacher first wrote a poem, the first poem, I've had that poem in my head since I was 11. When the teacher wrote "Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening," when he got to the end of it and said to the boys, "Write it down. It's your learn it for homework." I didn't need to learn it because watching him writing it word by word, I had learnt it. Where do I write? I write on the beach. I write on Skerries Beach. I write on a headland at Skerries. I look out at 3 islands and a lighthouse, and that's where I write every morning. I was there this morning briefly, but I usually will still be there. I switch off the phone, and then I just have the sea and me and the islands. Oh, well, I just want to all make poems. You know, the sooner you start making them, the better. Start reading them and enjoying them. You just have to find the poets that you like. That's all. And then, but the best fun for children is to make the poems yourself. Acrostics, where you write the word down the side of the page, or a sonnet, or a shape poem, anything like that. Anything. If you can just guess, and then somewhere to send them. You can send them to me and I'll read them. It's a strange thing to do. It isn't like saying learning to play the drums or being a great guitar player, but it has like learning to play the drums or learning to play the guitar. There are rules. Say even knitting has rules. Tennis has rules. Poetry is the same. If you know the rules, you can break the rules, which I like, and that's just enjoy it. You know, just enjoy it. Don't think of it as something that's difficult. That's just the poet is a bit strange if his poems are difficult. But I wouldn't want to be waving a flag or telling people what to do, but I like poetry. I hope you do too. Woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before